There's 1,000 things to do at this lake. I call this the eighth wonder of the world. There's no place in the United States like Lake Powell.
Well, good morning, boys. We're pulling out of the hotel here, headed over to something that really special treat that most people won't get to see. Where are we headed, Lance?
We are heading up to the Glen Canyon Dam, and we are going to get inside the park tour, man. That's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir. Definitely looking forward to seeing the inside of the dam. That was something that a lot of people told us wasn't an option, but we found our way around it. For those of you that are just tuning into the series, we're spending the week here in Page, Arizona, showing you all the great things to do in the area. Outdoors, hiking, history, small town restaurants, all that good stuff. The weather has changed a little bit since yesterday. It's getting a little cold and the rain's coming down, but we'll be pulling in there soon and just having a good time.
Yeah, as you can see, it's raining on us, so it should be pretty cool. Not a lot of people get to see this, especially recently, but I can't wait to get down 710 feet and look up at that dam today and see how big it really looks.
That's going to be completely amazing, and it's really interesting to be behind you guys and watching you in your rain gear. I mean, this is the first time we've had to put this on in a while.
Yeah, I was running a little bit late, so no rain pants or gloves for me, but luckily we're pretty close.
We're documenting a series around restaurants, things to do, places to see. Just come visit this great little town and enjoy all that it has to offer.
And it has a lot to offer, man. I don't care if you like sand rails, UTVs, you want to golf, you want to go hiking, mountain biking, kayaking, fishing. It's got it all here, man, and we've seen it.
You name it.
Whoa, I just hit my GoPro with my arm because I was using my squeegee on my glove.
Well, cool. Let's make our way down there and get a good look at the inside of the dam and hopefully get out of some of this rain.
All right, we'll see you down that road.
All right, stay tuned.
Well, good morning, everyone. We made it. We're on top of the dam here. Cato, the operations supervisor, is going to spend a couple hours with us showing us the inside and out of this dam.
Well, this is a special one-time experience, and we appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So Cato started off as a janitor here, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, started at the bottom and worked my way up to present day. Ready to retire.
And he rides. What do you ride, Cato?
Oh, just a Honda.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Tell us a little bit about the bridge.
Well, it was constructed back in 1957. It was assembled, I believe, in California and then shipped here from two separate areas. It was several hundred miles this way and several hundred miles this way. This is the only way 89 connects now. So it was assembled, and as you can see on the diagram here, put together in pieces here. These cables here were run across the dam, and that's how we trolleyed things across and moved our cement, and it was instrumental in the entire construction.
So there were two cement plants, right? One up here and one off to the other side.
If you want to walk over in the rain a little bit, you could see the remnants of it, the cement on the wall there, where the cement plant hung, and then you could actually see the railroad tracks. The water's so low right now. That's the old railroad tracks that hauled all the cement.
Well, awesome. So we're going to go inside. How does the tour work, and what do you?
Let's go inside and take a look around.
Cool.
This is really awesome. We're at the bottom.
How wide is this?
350 feet at the bottom, 75 feet across the top.
You were saying that if you took all this cement and repoured it, it could stretch from where?
From Page to Chicago with a 4-lane highway.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
A lot of cement. They poured for a little over 3 years nonstop, 24 hours a day.
So people up top, they're looking down and they can see this grass floor. What is that all about?
There's 2.5 acres of grass down here. Lady Bird Johnson came down when we dedicated the dam and suggested the grass, and it's been in ever since. It holds down the dust, and it looks nice.
So if you were hungry and didn't bring your lunch back in the day, what would you do?
We'd come down here and get some fish. There used to be loaded with trout down here, but that was back in the day.
So once a dam is built, it takes pretty much daily maintenance, a crew of people that work here, and keeping this thing nice.
A little over 100 guys, and administrative staff.
And I'm blown away with how the hallways and corridors are so shiny and clean.
Yeah, and as we were going down the elevator, this is a 710-foot tall dam, and we're at about 660 feet right now. So pretty darn cool. We're at the base, looking up. Someone just walked out and said, "I thought you guys were all stargazing." We're like, "We are." So let's get to the next spot.
A lot of people don't know is here at Glen Canyon Dam, we do more than just Glen Canyon Dam. You got Fontenelle Dam up in Wyoming, Flaming Gorge, which is in Wyoming, Utah, Blue Mesa, Mara Point, Crystal Dam is in the Curcani, Black Canyon in Colorado, and the Glen Canyon Dam. We have the Navajo in our chain, but we don't control it. We control all these dams from here. So all the generation, all the river flows, everything is done from here.
So what are we looking at behind Josh?
We have our generators. These are starting with Unit 1, goes all the way down to Unit 8. Right now, Unit 2 is generating. Unit 3 is generating, I can see. We're going to go down there and look at
So Cato, what are we looking at here?
So now you're really at the bottom of the dam. This is a catch-all. This is our drainage sumps. All the drains throughout the entire plant gets focused here and cleaned up. These strainers that you see right here dip into the water and collect any impurities, water out of this, and once it's cleaned, we're discharging back into the river.
The inner workings of a dam are so amazing, and you would never think this. You just think it's a cement wall holding water back.
So what's next?
Let's move up a few floors and we'll go to the governor floor.
So where are we here?
We're on our governor floor. This is where we keep most of the controls for the plant. 2 floors down where you've seen all the equipment. All the electrical gear for that is up here in the event of a flood. We can still operate those pumps electrically and not take us out. These are our dam watering sumps. Here we got air compressors over there. Tough Kelly here that we throw in the holes and go rescue. He weighs about 200 pounds.
Oh.
And this is our governor floor. This is where we monitor our oil pressure, our water pressures, tells us how fast the unit's running, gate percentages, so on and so forth. We keep a balance between the accumulator tank and our reservoir and the governor. And once we get in there, I'll show you why. It will, when the gates actuate, it's done with oil pressure, so it'll go back and forth depending on what they're calling for. So we raise generation, the gates open. We decrease generation, the gates shut. Oil transfers, the gates open and shut. And there's 24 of them, and they're going to move at the same time.
So they're monitoring this all the time, and they can be really efficient, right?
Yeah. I'm going to take you in, show you where these gates are. All right, we're going to go enter Unit 7's turbine pit. This is a good running generator. The floor is going to be a little slippery. It's going to be a little noisy. Be careful and follow my lead.
Check this out.
Amazing. You can see down there the orange gates. They go all the way around. This is what we call a shift ring. When that oil transfers, these servos will act like arms and open these gates all at one time, simultaneously. So right now they're at 85 or 90% gate. So they should back off when we start to decrease. So our shaft is running at 100% speed. So oily. on top of the same unit, Unit 7, we're producing 85 megawatts. This is the exciter cabinet. Starts with the PMG, down to our exciter, down to our DC rings. Below us under this deck is all the windings that you were talking about. It's where it's produced. Once the electricity is produced, it comes up through right here, our phase A, phase B, phase C, goes out to our transformers, steps it up to 345,000, sends it to the yard, and then out to the consumers.
Well, I was saying to you, I mean, my dad and I would take apart these 1.5 horsepower, motors. And I'm looking at this thing going, wow, this is massive. You got all these windings underneath this, DC up here.
Same thing, but just at a larger scale.
Much larger.
Yeah. Okay, we are on our halojet platform. We got 4 tubes here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, number 3 is leaking. We keep these 2 of them watered up in case of emergency. If our plant goes black, we could maintain at least 5,000 CFS to keep the river going until we could fix our problem. Our tubes are not designed to hold water for long periods of time, so periodically we have to come down and reseat them. Richard here will come over and open up and show you what we do when we have to reseat these valves.
So is 5,000 CFS really what's needed, or is there,
Yes.
is that kind of a bare minimum?
That's a bare minimum.
Okay.
Right now you're seeing 22,000 CFS.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big difference. Your 5,000 CFS, this will drop considerably.
Yep.
But we're still have
At
a
least
river
we have the river running.
and the fish. Got
the fish.
Got to keep the fish in there.
Well, let's let Richard show us the next move.
So what we're going to do now is reseat the valve on this halojet tube to stop the water flowing. It's all hydraulically operated, so we're going to have to go over here, open a cabinet, start some pumps, operate a valve, and we'll be done.
Here we go.
So now we are in the right abutment of the canyon wall that the dam is built up against, and we are in what's called a rain tunnel that's kind of was drilled and carved just for inspections and monitoring, motion detection, and that type of thing.
So when you're outside at the visitor center, you're looking at the dam, and it looks like it just abuts up against the sidewall there of the sandstone. But that's not actually what happened. They came back deep inside the wall to pour and lay the concrete.
Yep, and both laying up, up against the side and then into it, and then drilling these rain tunnels.
Rain tunnels.
It's really an engineering feat, I tell you. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, not many people get to see this, I'm telling you that.
No,
So-
not at all.
Yeah, and it's just similar, just like this, all the way down to the end of the strung lights.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing this with us. So when you're in the visitor center, you look across and you can see these windows. What's your name and where are we standing right now?
My name is Rita Whitehair, and we are standing on the face of Glen Canyon Dam. Where you see these windows, they're adits in the dam on almost each of the floors.
And I see white hair on your helmet, so no one can take your helmet, right? Well, we appreciate you guys taking us. We are in the rain tunnel. We're now at one of these windows. It's epic.
It's so epic. Not only didn't I know we were going to actually get on the dam today, we're actually in the dam now looking out. This is amazing. I am just so blown away. We're standing on top of the dam. We thought this is what we were going to do, but we went through everything. I mean, we were up there yesterday. Now we're here, and we were at the very base. I mean, did it blow your mind?
Completely, but the first night we rolled in, we saw a motorcycle going across us, and we're like, maybe we can get on there. And then it's like, no, that's only for people who work there.
We got a lot of there's no way, not a chance, whatever.
Yeah, well, that
Here we
doesn't
are.
stop us at 2Lane. So I want to thank Tim Lang for setting this up, and Cato for a great tour, Richard as well. Got to meet Gus, his boss. I mean, this is what we're doing in part of this series, is showing you things that you can come look at that are beautiful, different things to do in this town, eat food, side-by-sides, get on the water. I mean, there's a ton to do.
We like telling you the stories of what is out here in America because it's really great. So subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep, and I think we've got to go to Antelope Point here to do a couple interviews later today, but we're standing here with the American flags. You've got your American flag shirt, 2Lane on. Let's get going.
I don't know. Can we top this?
No, yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Always.
All right.
What a damn fine day.
It was a damn fine day.
We started at the Glen Canyon Dam. We're now at the Dam Bar. And we should come back here for dinner to make it a damn fine day all around.
That could work, but you know what's really cool about this place? They actually have one of the main walls over there is a dam. It's the dam replica structure there, and it's kind of, I feel like we're there.
So we've been in this place a couple times. We brought the boys, we had Evan and fueling and all the guys where we had to work on Evan's bike out here.
Well, that was the 2LaneLife thrashing fueling trip.
Yeah, it's two Sturgis.
Yeah.
So we've been here before, but you guys need to come check this out. They've got a boat in the middle of the lobby here. Good food. You had soup at first. Where'd that go?
I had a bowl of soup, but it's gone now.
Okay.
And then
what's this?
Apple cobbler, man. I'm doing something different for lunch.
And you said your stomach's hurting a little?
No,
That's
it's
not going to
good.
help you, brother. So Josh got the lime chicken salad. It's a house specialty. I got the Santa Fe. Got some green chilies here, Hatch green chili. Good stuff. We're going to head over to Antelope Point, see if we can connect with Ken Reynolds. And then we also have a little captain story we're going to take on a little bit later. So
Great day.
so far,
Never
it's been
ends.
a damn great day.
Never ends.
See you down the dam road.
How about that ride in here? It was a little bit chilly, but it was beautiful. I mean, the scenery.
It's a little crisp. I kind of like riding when it's a little crisp. And as we came in, you pan off to the right, and you can see the dusting and the snow that's hit those peaks up there. And he was saying Flagstaff, Ken was saying the Flagstaff may have got hit pretty hard today.
No, the storm was heading over Flagstaff, and it looked real blue on the map. But this is cool. I mean, we're in a real beautiful area here.
And so we're going to go get some history and knowledge, teach you a little bit about Lake Powell.
Yeah, it's good stuff to learn. We're going to share it with you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
There's 1,000 things to do at this lake. I call this the eighth wonder of the world. There's no place in the United States like this lake. My name's Ken Reynolds. I moved to Page in October of 2018, so I've been here 4 years. I'm the manager of Antelope Point Marina. We're a marina on Lake Powell on the Colorado River. We have probably based here somewhere around 500 houseboats, then another couple hundred small boats. We're a full-service marina for the general public. Well, the way this marina was designed, the whole structure floats, all of it floats, and it's in the main channel of the Colorado River. If you look at Lake Powell, there's a dam at the end and then it backs up, and that's what they call Lake Powell, all that area that's behind the dam. So where we're at right now today is probably somewhere around 330 feet deep. So the way this marina stays in place is there's a cliff on each side of the river, and basically cables pull this way and cables pull this way, and it holds us in place. This restaurant's the largest floating restaurant in America. The activities that people do here, we offer paddle boards and kayaks. I would tell you the favorite destination for the kayakers is Antelope Canyon, which is just around the corner from this marina. It probably would take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to paddle there, hour and a half, 2 hours to paddle back. So it's a really good day trip, and it's very scenic. We rent wave runners, we rent power boats, we rent houseboats. So anything anybody wants to do on the water, they can come to this marina and do it. We also offer tours of Antelope Canyon and Navajo Canyon. And the tours is a boat that seats 30 people. It's an hour tour, goes up to Antelope Canyon. You get to see all of the scenery, all of the cliffs, and turn around, and then it comes back. And then we have private boat charters, which is a whole nother situation. If you wanted to charter the boat for all day, we would put a captain on that boat. He would take you up the lake. He would show you different highlights of the lake. There's actually very neat things to see at Lake Powell, because there's dinosaur tracks, there's otters, there's obviously the fantastic scenery. There's a ton of things to do on the water at Lake Powell. What I would tell you about this lake is it goes up and down all the time. The last time it was this low was in 2003, and it was probably 15, 20 feet higher than it is today. It typically goes down, and then in the spring it fills back up, and at any given time, Lake Powell's still 140 miles long. So there's water in this lake for recreation. Our challenges have been access to the water, getting the approval from the National Park Service to put in another boat ramp, getting the approval to improve our cart ramp, which took over a year. But even that being said, this summer we had, I don't even know how many people, thousands, hundreds of thousands probably, that came here and enjoyed the lake. And we're also seeing something that we haven't seen in the past, which is for the last 2 years because of COVID, is we're seeing a lot of people from other countries come here. In fact, a lot of them are from Europe. Now, what I would say to that is the media has really hurt Lake Powell by saying that it's out of water, it's going dry, the lake's way down. In fact, I've even had people come here this summer and say, hey, I was just expecting to see dust. But the people from other countries don't watch our media, so they're always here. But there's 1,000 things to do at this lake. I call this the 8th wonder of the world. There's no place in the United States like this lake. Antelope Point Marina is a project that was put together for the benefit of the Navajo Nation. We are actually on reservation land. The water is actually governed by the National Park Service. We employ about 350 people here during the season, and then about 150 in the off season. And our employment is 80% Navajo. We enjoy the Navajo culture, we enjoy the Navajo people, and we look forward to a long-term relationship with them. To find Antelope Point Marina, the website, that lists all of our services we offer, all of the activities on Lake Powell, and gives you a guide on how to access the lake. The page area is just overflowing with activities to do. It's never ending what you could do here every day. Come visit Antelope Point Marina. It's a great place to come to. Check out our website. We'll be happy to have you, and I'll see you down the road.
They had some great stories for us, and it was really great. I'm glad we could share them with the folks out there.
Well, it's amazing. This really was actually built, that marina was built for the Navajo Indians. So all the tax dollars, all the revenue really goes back to support the Navajo Indian tribe. So that's kind of interesting to hear that side of the story as well.
Well, you know what blew my mind is while you were on that restaurant, you didn't feel any movement of water or like you're floating at all.
Well, and I think what was really beautiful is to walk out and see all those boats lined up, and then at the end of the deck there, you can see those snow-capped mountains.
Yeah, can you imagine being out here, hanging out, summertime, you're laying on the deck, you're going down the slide, you're barbecuing. We got to do that.
To keep current with the theme, that's a damn big restaurant, and that's a damn big boat.
Damn straight.
Well, we're going to come up here. Off to our right is the lower Antelope Canyon. You can go into the slot there. Across the road is the upper slot. We didn't get to do that this time. There were some restrictions that we didn't want to comply with, but it's worth really going in there and looking at, if you're here in Page. We're going to come up to the stop sign and head back into town. What do you say, boys?
It doesn't get any better than this, and I got to tell you, our office desk today were really awesome.
So damn awesome. And I'll see you down the road, damn it.
Down the road.
Another good dinner. I mean, so far all the food that I've had has been pretty decent, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, we've hit quite a few restaurants in town. This is kind of a unique restaurant here. It's sitting in the middle of a parking lot. This is a big old paddleboard boat. It's called the Canyon King. We're still trying to figure out the history. Someone told us it was in the Maverick movie, but I don't think that's the case.
It may be behind the scenes, but it sure
be.
wasn't the one that they used.
I read something in there that said it floated. It was the Moab's #1 attraction.
Yes.
And it floated from the arches to the Canyonlands.
Right.
Or ran. So, but hey, it's now a Japanese restaurant, and the food was pretty darn good. I gotta say, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Page is a ways from other cities, but we've had some good grub here.
It is kind of like a couple hours from every other major city.
Yeah, someone called it the island in the desert.
But it's close to a lot of cool attractions.
For sure.
In a beautiful lake. You know, so, hey, and when you're inside the restaurant, you can see a big block engine inside there. I don't know what it is, but...
Big old diesel pusher. But I've got to tell you, so the Glen Canyon Dam people were so incredible to us.
Awesome.
And then to go over and talk to Ken and Bill, we're going to be on the water with Bill tomorrow. Just amazing. And you get a text or an email, and Cato, the guy that took us around for most of the trip, he's actually bringing us a jar of hot sauce that he makes, homemade hot sauce. And I got to tell you, we're friends with this community.
Yeah, we're friends with the community. We're going to meet him over at Gone West. He said, let's have a beer. He's got some hot sauce. But, hey, you know, this has been one awesome trip, and we have another day left of adventure.
We're gonna wind it down tomorrow. Got a couple of interviews. We've got a lady, Ada Hatch, that's been in this town, I think, since it started.
Right.
We're actually going over to the Lake Powell Chronicle, doing an interview there. And we're going to do a boat tour in the morning.
And some more real cool riding. But, you know, with that being said, you got to subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's just getting better and better and better what we're going to share with you guys.
So let's get over to Gone West. But you know what? Let's close it out here. You just did.
Yep.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
See you down the road.